Trillionaires, man, what it do with y'all? Welcome back to another video out in this bitch, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk to y'all about something today, man. And today's video I want to talk to you about is a video that, what the fuck? But it's a video that I made like a couple weeks back or almost a month ago, some shit like that. But I can't upload on YouTube for some reason, so fuck it, we had to make this shit again. But you know, basically the title of that video was called, well, I'm gonna title it different now. The biggest flex of all time. Title of this video is going to be called The Biggest Flex of All Time. Now let me explain about what it is that I mean by that. Do you want to know what the biggest flex of all time is, my G? I'm about to tell you, even if you don't care. Motherfucker. You know, the biggest flex of all time, man. The biggest flex of all time is to be a young individual, and to be a young individual who is rich and successful out in this bitch. That's the biggest flex of all time. Now let me explain about what it is that I mean by that. You see, look, G, we are living in a day and age where the youth are the ones that runs the show. And basically what I'm saying is you know, the youth are the ones that you know, that is determining which one is popular, determining which one, or you know, determining like the type of music that's popular and shit like that, or the type of fashion that's popular. Motherfucker, basically what I'm trying to say is the youth is the ones that's really running the show. You feel me? And basically one thing that the youth is not running the show in, and they need to run this one the most out in this bitch, these motherfuckers not running the finances correct. I'm telling you what it is. Because when you're young, right, what's going to happen is when you're young, you're not going to be taught the importance of money. I'm speaking from experience out in this bitch. I'm young too. I'm telling you what it is. Real talk, man. And basically what happened is we have not been taught about why we need money. We have not been taught about financial literacy. We have not been taught about financial intelligence, the importance of money, why we need money. What, you know, what is the importance? We have not been taught about this shit when we're young. So what's going to happen is, right, here you go. You're getting your information. You're getting your wisdom. You're getting your wisdom from some broke motherfuckers. And on top of that, you're getting your wisdom from some people that is living a mediocre ass life. So at the end of the day, if you're listening to a mediocre ass individual, and on top of that, if you're being taught how to be average in this bitch, what do you think it is that you're going to be out in this bitch? I'm telling you, you're going to be just like them. And why do you think when you grow up, right? And look, man, the perfect example is just look at the people that's past 25 or some shit. Look, these people working jobs. It's nothing wrong with working a job. Nothing at all working is wrong with working a job. But most individuals, they do not like their job. I'm telling you what, these motherfuckers do not like their job, do not like their life or some shit. These motherfuckers just living a suck-ass life, and they're going to teach you the game on how to live a suck-ass life as well, and you're going to grow up to be just like them, just like how they went to grow up. They learned from other individuals before them, taught them the same exact shit. They're about to teach your ass. I'm telling you what it is. But real talk, man. So the reason as to why I'm making this video, though, is simply because the biggest flex of all time is to be a young individual and that is rich and successful, my G. Look, G, let me talk about this right quick. Look, man. Look, man. There are supercars and mansions. Let me first start with supercars. We got the Pagani's, we got the Koenigseggs, we got the Bugattis, the Lamborghinis, the Ferraris. You know what I'm saying? What's some other ones? You know what I'm saying? We got the Lotuses. Shout out to the Lotus, man. Lotus is very underrated. I'm gonna give me a motherfucking Lotus. I'm telling you what it is. Real talk. We got the you know, Dodge Viper. You know, I know Dodge is popular, you know, but Dodge Viper, Porsche 918. So, motherfucker, you know, real talk, man, I'm just naming supercars out in this bitch. Let me name one more. You know what I'm saying? The Hennessy Venom. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, man, we got all of that shit out, right? And basically, I know for a fact, right, when you see a whole lot of those supercars, right, or even sports cars, you know what I'm saying, like the Corvettes. Hold up. When you see like the Corvettes, and you know, all the other sports cars and shit like that, who do you mainly see in those whips? Real talk, man. Who do you mainly see in those whips that be whipping the sports cars and the supercars, my G? Who do you normally see? I'm gonna tell you who it is that I normally see that be whipping those whips, and who it is that I be normally seeing in that bitch is simply these be old motherfuckers in there. I'm telling you what, real talk, man. It be old people driving Lamborghinis, old people driving McLarens, old people driving Bugatti. Motherfucker, real talk, man. And I just want you to know, all of the supercars, right? The supercars are actually geared to young individuals. I'm telling you what it is. Why do you think they make video games called Need for Speed? Why do you think they made video games called Asphalt? Forza Horizon? Why do you think they make those video games for? Motherfucker, that shit is for literally young individuals. Real talk, man. The fuck? But we see a whole lot of old individuals whipping those cars, and the reason for it being is because one thing about old individuals is, you know, it might take them some time to understand. You know, they probably been programmed just like how you're being programmed with some shit. But the reason as to why they got it is simply because they know the importance of money and they know how to make money. I'm telling you what it is. So, you know, they became financially, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, they have a whole lot of money, so much to the point that they're able to afford those cars. Meanwhile, you know what I'm saying, those motherfuckers right there, right? They're old. They're not the ones supposed to be whipping that. It's supposed to be young individuals. You, as a young individual, you're supposed to be whipping a Ferrari. You're supposed to be whipping you're supposed to be whipping a supercar, sports cars, whatever the fuck. I'm telling you what it is. That's geared for you. But like I said before, the reason as to why young individuals are not whipping in those type of cars is simply because we have not been taught the importance of money. We have not been taught how to make money. We have not been taught about this shit, and therefore we're gonna be broke out in this bitch, and we're gonna drive a beater. I'm telling you what it is. There you go. You driving a beater. Meanwhile, the old heads are supposed to be the ones driving some old ass cars, and you the one driving an old ass car. Man, fuck all of that shit. But real talk though. Now let me go to the mansions right quick out in this bitch. Now I'm gonna tell you about mansions right quick, and I'm gonna tell you this right quick, man. I look up to Dan Bilzerian, and shout out to Dan Bilzerian, man. And basically, it was an interview that Dan Bilzerian was in, right? And he was saying like, you know, and he said it himself. He said him traveling all around the world, him having all the women, him having or should I say infinite partners, might be a female watching this, but you know, him having you know, the mansions, the supercar. He said all of that shit is what young people would do. I'm telling you what it is. You know, I'm specifically talking about mansion in this one. You know, I might get back on that later. But you know, real talk though, man. Real talk. The mansions are geared to young individuals. Let me talk about this right quick. Let's say you're a young man, right? Let's say you're a young man. Motherfucker. If you were a young man, right, and you had a mansion, tell me, what would you be doing if you were a young man and you were living in a mansion in this bitch? Me personally, I ain't gonna sit back and cap. Motherfucker, if I had a mansion or some shit, my G, I'm fucking these bitches all day, every day. I'm telling you, real talk, man. I'm telling you what it is. Real talk. Mansions are geared to young individuals. I'm telling you the game. Motherfucker, look, man. If you're a young individual living in a motherfucking mansion out in this bitch, man, that's a big ass flex in this bitch. Because how many young individuals it is that you know are living in a mansion? How many young individuals it is that you know? Real talk. I'm telling you what it is, man. Most young individuals, man, 18 all the way to 18 all the way to 25, especially as a man, these motherfuckers don't even got their life together on some shit. Real talk, man. These motherfuckers don't even have their life together on some shit, right? So what's going to happen is, you know, they're going to be down the fuck bad, and they're going to be living with mama and papa, or they just going to be flat out dependent or homeless in this bitch. And the reason as to why they will do that is simply because they have not been taught the importance of money. I'm telling you what it is. So all of this I'm trying to say is, this might sound like a flex ass video, and look, man, I might be at a point in my life, man, I really do believe people starting to look at my ass like I am cocky, arrogant, or you know. I'm telling you what it is. I really do think people starting to look at me like I'm arrogant or some shit. And guess what? I really don't give a fuck. I want you to think I'm arrogant. This is so off topic, but real talk though, man. Look, point I'm trying to get that's all topic as a motherfucker. But point I'm trying to get across though, man, all of this I'm trying to say is though, the biggest flex of all time, man, the biggest flex of all time is to be a young individual and to be rich and successful, or should I just say living out the life of your dreams? Because it's a whole lot of young individuals, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we have not been taught the importance of reality. We have not been taught the importance of why we need certain things out in this bitch. So what's going to happen is we're going to be some fuck ups and we're going to be broke for a very long time. I'm telling you what it is. And then since you're going to be broke in this bitch, and also since you're gaining advice from individuals that, you know, that are living an average, mediocre, suck ass life, then what's going to happen is you're going to end up just like them, buddy. I'm telling you what it is. You're gonna end up just like them. Real talk. And then what's gonna happen to you? What's gonna happen to you, right? You're gonna place that same generational curse on. Let's say you have kids or some shit, right? You're gonna everything it is that you was taught, right? You're gonna tell them the same exact thing. You're gonna cut off the wings off of your own kid. I'm telling you what it is, man. But look, man. All I'm saying is, man. Well, I just told y'all. But real talk, man. The biggest flex of all time, my G. The biggest flex of all time is to be young, rich, and successful, man. So, look, man. My best advice I give to you, my G, you better start working on your finances out in this bitch, man. You better start getting money out in this bitch. That's my best advice I can tell you. Tell you, man. I want real talk, and I'm gonna tell you what it is, man. That's my dream. Look, man. My dream is to be a young individual. My dream is to be a young individual living out the life of their dreams, or just being rich and successful. And let me explain why. The reason as to why I want to be a young individual living out the life of their dreams, the reason as to why I want to be like that, though, the reason as to why I want to be like that is basically. So let me use that example I said earlier. So like I said, I look up to Dan Bilzerian, and Dan Bilzerian, you know, real talk, man. Dan Bilzerian, he is a playboy in this bitch. He just like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm the third biggest playboy. You know, but real talk though, man. So Dan Bilzerian, right? Dan Bilzerian, he said in an interview one time, he said him traveling all around the world, him having all the hottest women, him living in multiple mansions and shit. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. But him having supercars and shit like that. He said it himself. Also him partying all the time and shit like that. Look, G, all of that is what young people are supposed to do. He even said it himself. I'm telling you what it is. That's what young people are supposed to do. But I'm going to say this one more time. The reason as to why young individuals are not doing that, though, the reason why is simply because they do not have their life together on some shit. And the reason as to why they don't have their life together on some shit is simply because they have not been taught how to put their life together. They have not been taught about reality. They have not been taught about the real world, same shit. But they have not been taught about the importance of finances. You have not been taught about this shit. You have not been taught about the secret techniques in life. You have not been taught about the cheat codes. And since you have not been taught about this shit, what's going to happen is you're going to become an individual who's going to either be a failure, average at best. I'm telling you what it is. You will never be successful in this bitch. You will never be rich in this bitch. And the reason for it being is because you do not know how to get there. I'm telling you what it is. But that's why young people are in the position it is that they're in now. This is why when they get older, they're going to end up just like the old heads. I'm telling you what it is. So, but yeah, man. So if you find out all the secret techniques, if you start listening to what rich people are telling you, if you start listening to what individuals it is that they know, if you listen to individuals that knows who it is, that knows what they're talking about, some shit like that. Real talk. If you listen to individuals like me or some shit like that, then guess what, buddy? You're going to become a walking cheat code. But no, what's going to happen is you're going to end up too prideful in this bitch. You're probably looking at me right now like I'm an arrogant ass prick. I'm telling you what it is. And guess what? I don't give a fuck if you think of me like that on some shit. Because guess what? I'm going to be rich and I'm going to be a winner and you're going to end up broke. All because you ain't want to hear from a rich individual on some shit. I'm telling you what it is. Man, you better start listening to individuals that know. You better start look, man. If you want to be a winner, my G, you better start listening to winners out in this bitch. If you want to think like a winner, you better start. Point I'm trying to get across, man. If you want to be a winner in this bitch, you better hang around motherfuckers start winning instead of hanging around losers. But go ahead, hey man, I ain't complaining on some shit. You want to hang around some losers? Go ahead, because guess what? I 100% guarantee you're gonna be a loser out in this bitch. You wanna hang around losing some shit. And guess what? Go ahead. I'm gonna be a winner. I'm gonna be having all the hottest women in the world. I'm gonna be living in a mansion and some shit. I'm gonna travel all around the world. I'm gonna be the happiest motherfucker alive. Be high up on the dates and no fap. I'm just winning in this bitch. And you're gonna be a fucking loser, all because you're hanging around losers. I'm telling you what it is. Motherfucker, I hang with winners. Also bad bitches. But real talk though, man. So if you like this video though, stay tuned for some more videos, and we out. Tease up.